When Jane Austen published Pride and Prejudice, in 1813, she did more than create a beloved romance. She captured, with wit as sharp as any satirist's pen, the intricate dance between personal desire and the rigid social structures of Regency England. Beneath its surface of charming drawing rooms, country balls, and elegant manners, lies a deeply intelligent commentary on class, gender, and human nature itself. At its heart is the story of Elizabeth Bennet and Fitzwilliam Darcy, two people of intelligence, spirit, and, yes, considerable faults, who must both learn to see themselves and each other clearly before love can flourish. That journey, though often remembered for its sweetness, is built on a foundation of self-reflection, humility, and change, making the novel a work of enduring moral and emotional depth. Our introduction to the Bennet family arrives in one of literature's most famous opening lines. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. In those few words, Austen sets her tone. Ironic, playful, and unsparingly observant. The Bennets live in Longbourn, a modest estate in Hertfordshire, with the 5 Bennet daughters, caught in the pressures of a society where a woman's security is still largely determined by the man she marries. This reality is not just social background, but a constant, palpable force driving the plot. It fuels Mrs. Bennet's almost comedic desperation to see her daughters wed, and shapes the calculations of every family in their social orbit. Elizabeth Bennet, the novel's central consciousness, is not merely a romantic heroine. She is a moral agent. Intelligent, quick-witted, and unwilling to feign respect for fools. She navigates her society with a blend of independence and youthful confidence that sometimes verges on prejudice. Her sharp judgments, especially of Darcy, are formed quickly and held firmly, revealing how pride and bias can shape perception long before facts have their say. Darcy, for his part, begins as the embodiment of aristocratic reserve. Rich, handsome, and, in his first appearance, almost unbearably proud. His haughty dismissal of Elizabeth at the Meryton ball is a wound to her pride, and an immediate catalyst for her mistrust. Yet Austen's genius lies in showing that both characters' flaws mirror one another. Elizabeth's prejudice against Darcy is matched by his pride in his own status. His love, when it comes, must overcome the strictures of class and the arrogance of privilege, while hers must overcome wounded vanity and mistrust through a series of social encounters, misunderstandings, and painful revelations. Each character is forced to confront uncomfortable truths. For Elizabeth, the turning point comes with Darcy's letter explaining his interference in her sister Jane's romance with his friend Bingley, and his history with the charming but treacherous George Wickham. This letter, quietly devastating, forces her to realize that her judgment of character has been deeply flawed. Darcy's transformation is equally profound. Humbled by Elizabeth's refusal of his first proposal, he must learn to value character over social rank, and to act with generosity and integrity, without the expectation of gratitude. Around this central romance, Austen weaves a tapestry of complementary and contrasting relationships. Jane Bennet's serene goodness and Bingley's open-hearted warmth form a foil to the tension of Elizabeth and Darcy's dynamic. Charlotte Lucas's pragmatic marriage to the absurdly pompous Mr. Collins offers a sobering commentary on the limited choices faced by women without means, while the scandalous elopement of Lydia Bennet with Wickham exposes the precariousness of female reputation in a society poised to punish lapses with lifelong disgrace. Each subplot is not mere decoration, but a test case in Austen's ongoing examination of marriage as both a personal bond and a socio-economic contract. One of Austen's most remarkable achievements in Pride and Prejudice is her control of tone. She balances gentle mockery with genuine compassion, skewering vanity, hypocrisy, and self-importance, while allowing her characters space to grow and redeem themselves. Mr. Collins is ridiculous, yet not entirely villainous. Lady Catherine de Bourgh, imperious to the point of farce, yet her intrusion provides the very pressure that pushes Darcy to declare his love again. Every scene operates on multiple levels as social realism, romantic development, and moral testing ground. The title itself serves as the novel's thematic compass. Pride operates in multiple directions. Darcy's social pride keeps him aloof. Elizabeth's pride, in her independence, makes her resistant to softening her judgments. Even characters, like Lady Catherine, embody a grotesque caricature of pride tied to birth and privilege. Prejudice, too, is not simply Elizabeth's failing. It is the natural human tendency to interpret others through the lens of our own desires, disappointments, and assumptions. Austen's resolution does not pretend to erase these impulses, but to show how self-awareness can temper them, allowing respect and love to replace vanity and resentment. Modern readers often approach Pride and Prejudice as a cozy period romance, yet its relevance lies far beyond bonnets and ballrooms. Its questions remain sharp. How often do we misjudge others based on first impressions? What does it mean to love someone in a way that demands we change ourselves? How do societal structures, whether in 19th century Hertfordshire or today's world, shape the ways we meet, evaluate, and form bonds with others? In an era of rapid judgments and public reputations crafted in an instant, Austen's exploration of humility, empathy, and patience feels anything but antique. Stylistically, Austen's prose is deceptively simple. Her sentences carry the clarity of finely cut glass, each reflecting her precise control over dialogue and narrative voice. She pioneered a form of free indirect discourse, a blending of third-person narration with the thought patterns of her characters that allows the reader to inhabit Elizabeth's mind, while also perceiving the subtle ironies between what Elizabeth thinks and what the narrator shows. This literary technique gives the novel much of its wit and allows Austen to encourage intimacy while maintaining her wry observational distance. The novel's conclusion delivers satisfaction, not through a fairy tale ideal, but through earned resolution. By the time Darcy and Elizabeth finally unite, they have both undergone a process of introspection and adjustment, stripping away pride's armor and prejudice's blinders. Their marriage represents neither a surrender to social expectation nor a blind triumph of passion, but a union founded on mutual respect, equality of spirit, and shared values. This is Austen's quiet revolution. The insistence that love, to be worthy, must be both a matter of the heart and a recognition of character. 200 years after its publication, Pride and Prejudice remains one of the most read, adapted, and reimagined novels in the English language. Whether in faithful period dramas, modernized retellings, or wildly creative adaptations, like Bridget Jones's Diary, the core appeal remains unshaken. It is a story about learning to see, truly, both ourselves and those we meet along the way. And that lesson, clothed in Austen's elegance and humor, is one that continues to speak as clearly now as it did in the drawing rooms of Regency England.